Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Laura, aka Perplexed. So let's talk about, but first, a couple things to talk about. One, I want to welcome everyone, my members, my Patreons, my members from my other channels, lurkers, haters, and everyone in between. I also want to say I did accidentally, and I say accidentally, welcome lab, I accidentally added another tier in here that was lower than expected. So there is a tier now for $2.99. It wasn't supposed to be, but I messed up and here it is. So if you want to join membership, it is $2.99. There's a lot of good things happening. I also want to say that my Intrepid channel, the members there it's going to be a lot of 90 Day Fiance bloopers and stuff that is too hot and heavy for YouTube. So that's what that channel is going to be for memberships. This channel for memberships is going to be crime stuff that's too hot and heavy for YouTube. So that's what the membership here is going to be. Or, too many things that are just too intense for YouTube. So that's where membership is heading on all channels. Like Perplexed, I haven't thought of yet. We'll get there, though. We'll figure that one out. But I just want to say that's where these two are going. Intrepid is now turned into pretty much 90 Day Fiance, at least for this season. So hopefully YouTube, I hit all my drama videos, but YouTube did not pick up the algorithm at all. I could tell by the numbers. So that's why I unhit all my videos, and hopefully it'll pick up the algorithm again. So don't hide your videos because YouTube will not promote your videos at all. So with that said, today I went to go update, and for Patreons, I definitely apologize that I have not kept up on Patreon. I even had a Patreon leave because I think that's why they left, because I wasn't keeping up on it. And people have texted me about the website. How come nothing's posted to the website in about a month? So Patreons, I am sorry. I went to update today and saw this breaking news that broke my heart, like literally broke my heart. And I was like, OMG, I'm dumbfounded. And I think it's a topic that a lot of us talk about, and a lot of it has been said about it, but nobody, the depth of depression that happens with suicide, I don't think anybody can relate to that this poor family has gone through. So let me start at the beginning. So wiped out, gutted a dear friend passed. Oh, I'm sorry, Steve. I'm sorry, hon. So I did it when Audrie killed herself. I actually did a video on that. I believe it's on this channel. So on Netflix, back in 2016, there was a story called Audrie and Daisy that I still remember. I was watching it. It was like made a lot of, what's the word? A lot of poop, I don't know, in the media. Everyone's like, oh, you gotta watch this. And I remember watching it, and I said this when Audrie died. It's about about a couple of minutes into it, I'm like, maybe I should get the kids. And I remember Sage had a friend sleeping over, and Phoenix and Dayton, I think, were in the room playing a game. But I said, guys, you really need to come out and watch this. So Sage and her friend came out, and they were young. But Sage and her friend came out, and they're watching it for a little while. I don't think they totally understood it. And actually, I'm going to watch it with her again, now that she's a teenager in high school. But what happened was, and I get tears every time I talk about the story. So, just because of my own personal experience. But Audrie and Daisy were two, I believe, 14 and 13. They were young. And they were raped. And neither one of them could get past it due to the bullying that happened because they were raped. And I don't remember Daisy's story. I'm doing a all by memory. I don't remember Daisy's story in total, but I know Audrie, because I just did the video not too long ago, is that they were rich kids that did it, and everybody kept blaming her. Like she was taunted and taunted and taunted over and over and over. Now, Daisy killed herself right after it happened, a couple of months after it happened, I believe. But Audrie was the strong one. She was going to get through this. And her and her mom put together a organization for teen suicide in honor of Daisy. So Audrie had really come far with her life. You know, she'd really been doing something with her life. And Audrie then committed suicide 4 months ago because she was being bullied on Facebook. Now, this is an adult, and they were still taunting her. Now, in between, you'd have to watch the other video, but in between, there's trials that went on. There's all this stuff that went on. And the family had to move because people were taunting her so bad and bullying her so bad. She was a beautiful girl. I mean, it's not like she was, not that it's okay to bully anybody, don't get me wrong, but it's not like she was, 500 pounds and had, smelled and had pink hair and, was like disgusting. And that's the kind of person people picked on. It wasn't like that at all. The people that taunted her were her peers, her classmates. So as an adult, they taunted her still. And what ended up happening was she ended up committing suicide like 4 months ago. So you have to backtrack everything, which I'm going to get into in a minute. Her mom, who was her biggest advocate, her biggest fan, last night committed suicide, which is just mind-blowing. Don't even ask me why I'm crying. I can't even tell you. But I can't imagine her position of she lost a son. All right, first she lost a husband. Then she lost her son in a car accident. Then she lost her daughter. And now she just took her own life at 58 years old. So I don't know why I get so emotional about it. Thankfully, I don't know anyone that's ever committed suicide. Well, I do know one person, but I wasn't close with them. But for some reason, it hit me this morning, like, just wow. Just wow. Like, the pain that this poor woman must be in, losing a husband, losing a son in a car accident, losing a daughter to bullying, and now she just caved in. She couldn't take it anymore. She's got 2 surviving sons. So, I do have a heart, Sammy. It's just, there's something about it that it just hits me. I don't know why. It just does. Like, the pain that, like, this mother has gone through, it's just crazy to me. I didn't realize I was covering chat. Let me move us over here. And it's awful. It's heartbreaking of just what she's going through. I could not even imagine. I really couldn't. I could not even imagine going through this. She lost her husband when the kids are little. So, what we know so far is that she died by suicide Sunday night, posting on an Instagram from Safe Bay. That was the name of the organization, Safe Bay. It was a sexual assault prevention organization founded by Daisy. It was announced that Safe Bay is where it was announced that she killed herself. They are in shock as anybody else. Daisy's father died in a car accident when she was a child. And then Tristan died in a car accident in Kansas in 2018 while he was going to help Audrie. He died in a car accident. So being that she suffered so much loss, she just couldn't take it anymore. As I said, Daisy was the subject of a 2016 documentary which focused on her allegation that she'd been sexually assaulted and the ensuing harassment she received in a small town of Maryville, Missouri. She subsequently became she was a prominent advocate for sex assault survivors, and then she died at the age of 23 in August. Now, a little bit of the backstory too. When she was 14 is when she was sexually assaulted by a Matthew Barnett. Afterward, she was left intoxicated, wearing only a t-shirt for hours outside her home at sub-freezing temperatures. Barnett was never prosecuted. He actually left her on her lawn. It was really, really cold out. It was the dead of winter, and he actually put her half-naked body on her lawn, totally wasted. The Safe Bay posts that Melinda was a gifted veterinarian, devoted mom and wife, and talented bodybuilder who loved and believed in her children. This is why I have a hard time doing some true crime. Because I cry. Post concludes, no accident, that she created some of the most gifted, passionate, and resilient children. Our hearts are forever with Logan and Charlie. Those are her two surviving sons. It was Melinda who revealed in August that her daughter had died by suicide. Her post at that time read, My daughter, Catherine Daisy Coleman, committed suicide tonight. She wrote on Facebook, she was my best friend, amazing daughter. I can't do it. And I'll explain why I think I'm crying. Because even though, thankfully, it never happened to my daughter, as a mom, you put yourself in that position. You put yourself in that place that, what if that was my kid? What if that was me? What if I lost all those tragedies? You know what I mean? And that's how I see it. Like, what if that was me? What if... And I think that's why I get so emotional, because I have a young teenager. I know that what I went through as a kid, and I did have supporting parents. I had amazing parents. And it's just, I don't know, I just put myself in that position. Like, if I lost two of my kids, my husband, you know, how would I even go on? I always say that I give so much credit to people that lost a child. And I can't even imagine what they go through on a day-to-day basis. But to lose two kids, I don't know if I can handle it. I really don't. And being a mother of three, I don't think I could go on. And I think whenever I say stories like this, I humanize myself, and which I have to stop doing, because a good reporter doesn't cry. So I really need to stop crying when I do certain stories. But, exactly, Steve. But just to feel like I could feel her pain and put myself in that situation. And I don't think I could go on. If I lost two kids, I know they say that you would do it for your surviving kid, but I don't know how much one woman can take. I really don't. I I told a story not too long ago that I knew someone on Facebook. I was friends with someone on Facebook who lost all three of his grandchildren in one shot in a car accident. I don't think I could go on if I was those parents. I really, truly don't. So I commend anybody that can, and I don't fault this woman for not being able to, because I don't think I would be able to either. So the post she said was that she was my best friend, amazing daughter. I think she had to make it seem like I could live without her, but I can't. I wish I could have taken the pain from her. She never recovered from what those boys did to her, and it's just not fair. My baby is gone. That was what she wrote about her mom. I mean, her daughter when Audrie killed herself. So, shortly after her death, after Daisy's death, who also modeled and worked as tattoo artist, she filed a harassment complaint against the man that she alleged had been stalking her for months. So what happened was, I don't know what happened with it, but Daisy Coleman was being stalked online by, she left behind 2 sons. She was being stalked online by somebody. And this person just wouldn't give up. Now, if something happens to you at 14, why do you have to, what kind of adults can't stop bullying? What kind of people can't stop targeting somebody? Or can't, she did nothing wrong. She was the one that was raped. She was the one that was hurt. So why do you feel the need to attack her? Why do you feel the need, and it caused her suicide. And whether this man continued with her mom or not, I don't know. We haven't been able to find out yet. But it's heartbreaking to me. And I can't believe that she let, I wouldn't say demons, but that the pain was so much that a 58-year-old mom who still has 2 sons and may even have some grandchildren from these 2 sons, I don't know, but that it would get to her so much that she died, that she finally killed herself. It's absolutely heartbreaking. And I was really, really surprised when I saw it. I couldn't even imagine. It's the best you can do and trust your friends and love your family. It's very true. Now, every media outlet was blaming Audrie's suicide on the rape, but it wasn't the rape of sexual assault. It was this man that was harassing her, that she would rather kill herself than let this man kill her. So another friend of Coleman's confirms to people that Coleman feared for her life before her death, that she really thought that this guy who was stalking her was going to kill her. And she took her own life. Now, whether or not the mom has anything to do with it, I don't know. Whether or not the mom, meaning that, was this man stalking the mom now? Did this man go after the mom? I don't know. Possibly. It's very, very possible that she did. And the whole thing is just really, really sad. Really sad. And, that's what I have for you guys. I just can't believe that she killed herself. But there's not a lot of news on it. We don't have any reason. We don't know how she did it. We don't know anything like that. We don't have any of those answers yet. But hold on. You never know with a stalker. That's exactly right. You never know with a stalker. And it's absolutely heartbreaking. TMZ reports, trying to see if there's anything different. Nah, TMZ reports the exact same thing I reported. I'm trying to see if there's anything else. Here's another suicide that just popped up. It's from last month, but I didn't know about it. Nate Burrell, I'm 60 days in. He did a self-gunshot to the head. Posted a long suicide note on Facebook saying this isn't an admission of guilt. I'm just tired. I've been through so much in my life. The pain of my situation now hurts more than I ever imagined. He was 33 years old. He had a child on the way with his wife, but him and his wife split. The show followed Nate and 8 other volunteers who entered jail for 2 months under assumed identities to put a spotlight on the problems behind bars. And 60 days in, he served in the military as a Marine. He was in the infantry and served 2 tours in Iraq. He went on to receive his associates in criminal justice and law enforcement in 2014. He was a fish and wildlife officer in Michigan. He was 33. Gunshot wound to the head. Let's see. And did you guys hear Squiggy died? I couldn't believe Squiggy died. Poor Squiggy. From Laverne and Shirley. He died the other day. A lot of suicide. Bad Girls Club, Whitney Collins, she's also dead at 33. Oh, hers might not be a suicide, though. Medical examiner currently has Whitney's case and will determine the case and manner of death. Crazy. Yeah, poor Squiggy. Rudy Giuliani tests positive for COVID. Missouri foster mother, this is sick. Faces 4 counts of felony child abuse after 2 young sisters in our care found multiple injuries, including one with a lacerated spleen and liver. Jennifer Chambers, 42, took the youngest girl, whose age is not given, to a hospital at the insistence of a third party who saw the girl ashen in color, laying in a fetal position in obvious pain with abdomen descended. What is wrong with people? Medical staff documented 2 broken fingers and other fractures on the girl's left hand. Further bruising on her face, head, and neck. 8-year-old was also taken to the hospital. The fuck is wrong with people? Wow. Yeah, if you don't know who Squiggy is, it was a show in the 70s called Laverne and Shirley. That's where the whole Pepsi and milk came from, was Laverne and Shirley. And Laverne and Shirley was awesome. It was like such a fun show. It was like 2 older ladies. Well, at the time we're little. It's probably younger than I am now. But they were 2 older ladies, and it was just such a fun show. And Squiggy was like the electrician guy. He was real short. And he died 73 years old. I love that show, too. It was a great show. Um, oh. Does anyone follow the Cherish Periwinkle case out of Florida? 2013 murder? Not looking good. Yeah, Penny Marshall played Laverne. They weren't old, right? They were younger than I am. They were probably like 30s. Well, Florida Supreme Court is about to hear arguments whether a killer sentenced to death for the 2013 murder of her should receive a new trial. According to a brief filed in the case, the attorney for convicted Donald Smith argued that his trial should not have been held in Duval County due to the case's high publicity. Specifically, the pretrial publicity was so expansive that it saturated the community for years, provided a one-sided and continuous narrative, leading to one conclusion at trial, that Mr. Smith's inevitable conviction and death sentence. It's a death penalty case, but there were 4 years between the crime and jury selection. Duval County is a large, diverse county with hundreds and thousands of eligible jurors, of which it is difficult to believe that 12 unbiased jurors, uninfluenced by the publicity and indifferent to or even totally aware. Smith's attorney argued that autopsy photos of the 8-year-old girl should never have been shown during the trial, which at one point made a chief medical examiner cry during her testimony. Photographs depicted a naked child with severe injuries to her vagina and anus, and as well as skin removed from the front of her throat to show deep bruising around the trachea. The probative value was subsequently outweighed by the prejudicial effect because to show these images to the jury would shock them and inflame their passions. Yeah, but it's true. He's now 61. So that case happened. It happened on June 21st, 2013. He approached a single mom, Rain. Oh, I remember this. He approached a single mom, Rain Periwinkle, at the Dollar General store on Edgewood Avenue in Jacksonville. Smith offered to buy the mom a dress, then offered to buy her a $150 gift card, which she agreed. Hey, Fisherman, which she agreed according to court documents. Do you guys remember that? I totally remember this case. I thought it was a Walmart, though, but it was a Dollar General. You guys remember this? He, took the daughter, but he was walking with the daughter. And the daughter, disappeared. Oh, I so remember this. Then Smith found out Periwinkle didn't have a car of her own. He convinced her to ride with him to pick up the gift card at a nearby Walmart after talking with her for a few hours about his own past financial struggles. He also told her his wife, who turned out to be fictional, would be meeting him at the store. Smith drove Periwinkle and her daughter, Cherish, along with her 2 daughters to the Walmart off of Lem Turner Road, claiming that his wife would help them shop for clothing. The family loaded into Smith's white van, lined with dark curtains on the inside. At around 11 p.m., while they shopped inside Walmart, Smith's wife still hadn't arrived. Smith then suggested getting food at McDonald's inside the store while waiting for his wife. He asked Cherish to accompany him and pick out the food she wanted. Periwinkle, assuming that her daughter was safe inside a store with surveillance cameras and numerous employees, allowed Cherish to accompany him. After 90 minutes passed and her daughter had returned, Periwinkle became frantic when she learned that McDonald's had already closed for the night. I didn't want him to kill her. I don't want to be one of those parents to go through this, Periwinkle told a 911 dispatcher. I don't understand why he would leave right now. I so remember that. No, he didn't pass from COVID. he won't get a retrial. He's on tape walking with her to the store. Hey, Shaz, that's crazy, though. Crazy. I so remember this. After a lapse in time, while discussing strategies to find the little girl, officers became canvassing the area in search of Cherish. They obtained surveillance footage from Walmart and watched Smith exiting the store with the child closely behind. Investigators later identified Smith as a convicted sex offender who had been out of jail for around 3 weeks. Smith has an extensive criminal record, which includes lewd assault on a child, an attempt abduction on a 13-year-old girl, harassing phone calls from a 9-year-old girl, and an attempted abduction on 2 teen girls of trying to lure them with pornographic magazines. I totally remember that story. But what's more important, hold on. This is where I excel in my knowledge. Okay. I agree. Amber, I remember saying the exact same thing then. I totally said the exact same thing then. I was like, why would a mom do this? This is sick. Why would they fucking allow a mom to do this? Like, what mom would do this? So, mother lost custody of her other kids. But let me say this. What I distinctly remember about this as well is the fact that she would allow, like literally would allow the daughter to go with her, but everyone's saying like he won't get a new trial based on he walked out of the store. No. That has nothing to do with it. The Supreme Court is not there to judge the facts of the case. That's not what they're there for. Supreme Court is there to make sure that there were no errors in the court system. It sounds like they want to hear extensive research as to the errors in the court system. That is the biggest mistake that people make about the about our justice system. I couldn't even think. Justice system. It's not Supreme Courts are not there to do a trial. Supreme Courts are not there to do anything like that. Supreme Courts are there for the simple fact that they are going to see if there's errors in the law. Were there errors being done? Did something happen? Did a judge, what's the word I'm looking for? Did the judge, is the judge manipulative? Was the law broken? That's what the Supreme Court looks for. They're not looking for facts of the case. They don't care about the facts of the case. The appeal courts could care less about facts of the case unless there's an error in the way it was done. That's what they care about. And that is the biggest misconception about appeal courts. Desperate mother broke a beast, a monster, led a stranger to buy her clothes. Yes. I'm watching the documentary on this Walmart case later. Oh, there's a documentary on it? See, I remember the actual case. I don't remember watching anything follow-up. There's a documentary on it? Steve? But I so remember it. I didn't know there was a documentary on it. He preyed on a vulnerable mother, promising to buy them clothes and food and a ride. He left the mom to pick out clothes for the kids while he went and got them hamburgers. Yes. What's the name of the documentary? There's a video of him taking the child out on the mall. Didn't he admit to it? Yeah, but that doesn't mean there's not errors in the court system or there weren't errors in the trial. If there's errors in the trial, they can still go back. That's the thing that people don't realize. If there's errors in the trial, you can always go back. And that's what the Supreme Court is. It's sick. It really is sick. Ugh. I'm tired. But I definitely wanted to bring you the case of I could cover that on a following case. Do you know the name of it, Steve? I didn't even know there was a documentary on it. Hey, Kim. All right, we got one delivery. The rest are in transit. What was the name of the kid? Cherish. I believe it was Cherish. It's evidence of his brutality. Cherish Periwinkle. Yeah, Cherish Periwinkle. Just crazy. Cherish Periwinkle documentary. Laura's top of list when type it in. I have to watch that while I make some candles. So, all right, I'm going to shut down. I just wanted to bring you guys the story about Audrie, because it just broke my heart that the mom killed herself. It really did. It hit me. Because I couldn't even imagine the pain of going through that at all. I really couldn't. That's some heavy ass pain. To want to do that. My heart goes out to her two remaining sons. I couldn't even imagine. I really couldn't. Could not even imagine. So, I am going to close out. Guys, have a wonderful day. And hopefully, 90 Day Fiancé will do a pre-sneak like they usually do on Mondays. I'm hoping. So far, nothing yet. But are there any other shows you guys want me to do reaction videos to? Let me know. And that's over on Intrepid. Don't forget to subscribe over there. Let me know. And that's it. Thank you, Jonice. So thank you all my mods. Thank you all my subs. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't. And like I said, if there's any other shows that you guys want me to do reaction videos on, let me know. And I'll be happy to. Thank you, Justice. And that's over on Intrepid. And I will see you guys later. Have a wonderful day. Enjoy this beautiful cold. And I will see you guys later. Peace.